Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you could all get here on such short notice. It's good to see everybody here. I want to tell you the most critical decision a school board ever makes is about hiring and retaining a superintendent. The superintendent, especially of a district like Des Moines Public Schools, is a leader in our community. They are a voice for education in our state, but most of all, they are the person who must ensure that all 32,000 of our students, no matter who those students are or where they come from, receive the best education in life. When the school board search process began several months ago, finding a superintendent, we committed to doing a national search. And I do want to tell you that, I'll tell you later, okay? I'll tell you later. We committed to doing a national search. In that national search, 49 people applied for the position. Those 49 people represented, I think, 47 or 46 states around the country. Those applications were turned into the search committee. They had committees of superintendents and consultants around the country that went through all 49 of those applications and winnowed those down to 14 that fit the parameters that our community had previously developed for this search. They presented 14 to us. The school board read through those 14 applications and narrowed it down to 6 to invite in for interviews. We invited those 6 in for interviews, and I can tell you that those 6 were top administrators around the country. Some of them have already been hired by other districts in this process. After the 6 interviews, we narrowed it down to 3. With those 3, we invited them in to meet the community. We asked them to go visit our schools. We didn't ask them to visit Central Academy. We didn't ask them to visit our IB schools or our traditional schools or our Montessori school or Central Campus. We asked them to go to our turnaround schools, which are the schools that a lot of people think will find the worst going on. So they went to visit Findlay, Harding, and North High School. Then after their visit, they came back and met with the community, and then the community was able to ask them questions, and they responded to those questions, and then they interviewed with the board of directors later in the evening. During their visits to the schools, and during the question and answer period, the sessions with the community, I have never heard such a loud and ringing endorsement for the work that our teachers and principals are doing. One of the candidates came in and said, well, I visited the Wow Factor buildings. Now, as you employees in Des Moines schools know, we got a wow factor going in all of our buildings. But it caught people off guard that they would say that about our turnaround schools. They said that they saw best practices taking place, students who are engaged, teachers who are teaching, and principals who know what they're doing, know the progress of their students, and are keeping track of them. All of them had wonderful things to say about our school district, about our graduation rate going up, about our scores going up, about our budgeting process, about our buildings, the clean buildings. Everybody was amazed at the Des Moines Public Schools. It certainly made the Des Moines school board members, and I believe the community members who attended those sessions, it made everybody feel good about our schools, our students, our families in the city of Des Moines. I do want to personally thank, if anybody is here from Findlay and Harding and North, not just the teachers and the administrators there, but the families there. The families there who have worked with the faculties in those buildings, because those families want the best of their kids, best for their kids, just like the faculties there want the best for those kids as well. The surprising thing is that as school board members and staff, you know too, these things are going on in all of our schools. We've got a wow factor going on in the city of Des Moines. So in determining our final candidates, we took the ringing endorsement of his competitors, and we decided to select Tom Ahart as our next superintendent. Tom brings to this position a deep commitment to our community. In fact, even while he worked at a suburban district, Tom and his wife called Des Moines home. He brings a wealth of experience in education and school administration as a teacher, a principal, a curriculum director, a human resources director, and for nearly 2 years as our district's associate and interim superintendent. Tom brings a track record here in Des Moines, whether it's putting Harding Middle School on the path to success during his time as principal there, to district-wide successes in areas ranging from graduation to finances to facilities during his time as top administrator. On Tuesday, I will present a contract to the school board to formally approve Tom's appointment, making him the 13th superintendent in the 107-year history of Iowa's largest provider of education. With that, I bring you our next superintendent, Tom Ahart.
You are all too generous. I cannot tell you how excited I am to take interim off my title and to shrink it down a little bit, and to continue the fantastic work that the people in this room and 4,700 other teachers and staff members are already doing in the district. Last night I had a wonderful experience at North High School. There was first annual Northside night, and we had hundreds of elementary, middle, and high school students from the North High feeder pattern, the gem of the North Side, as I like to call it, all providing amazing vocal music to the community. It was a packed house. They actually had to open the balcony for the first time in a number of years at North. And that's just one example of how our schools are doing amazing work in conjunction with their communities. And that's really what it's about. We are doing amazing work in Des Moines Public Schools. It's a credit to the hardworking and dedicated and intelligent and energetic and creative staff that we have, but it's also due to their collaboration with a tremendous community in Des Moines Public Schools. I could not be more honored to continue on in the role of superintendent. I want to thank the school board for taking their due time and doing a thorough search and making sure that they're doing what they think is right to continue on the path of success. And I certainly agree with the decision and couldn't be more thrilled. This is where I want to be. There's not a better place to work. There's not a better place to have your student educated than Des Moines Public Schools. I'm trying to make this brief because I literally am going to jump out of here to catch a flight to Washington, D.C. The Council for the Great City Schools, of which we're a member, is doing some work with the legislators in D.C. As you know, we have some challenges there, and we're going to try to do our part to make sure that education receives the top priority that it needs to. Thank you very much for your support. But thanks mostly for the wonderful work that all of you are doing on behalf of the students of Des Moines. And we'll just keep it going. We're going to be the model urban school district in the country. That's our mission. We're well on our way, and we have a long road ahead of us. But we're going to keep our eyes on the prize and keep it going. Thank you.
You know, I told you I was going to tell you something later. When the whole idea started about, last October or so, I told Tom, I said, Tom, are you even interested in becoming the superintendent? And he said, Dick, if I am, I want to apply, and you better do a national search. I would have it no other way. If I'm going to become superintendent of Des Moines Public Schools, I want it to be because I was vetted out and was up against the best competition. that was one of the motivating factors about why we did a national search. Because he did not, if he were going to be the superintendent, he wanted to earn it and not just transition into it. So with that, I think we're finished, and I want to thank everybody for coming. And let's have a wonderful next few years in Des Moines Public Schools.